Golfin Around is sponsored by Destination Gettysburg, Squares Golf Shoes, the Gettysburg Golf Trail. Get on to the green. Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships, the golf tournament that gives you the chance to win a trip to Scotland. Gaylord, Michigan.
Hey, we are in the sand traps here at Treetops Resort in beautiful Gaylord, Michigan. You guys who play in the sand traps all the time know all about this. 4 great golf courses here, Mark. We're standing in one of the 159 bunkers on the Smith signature course. 159 bunkers gives you a chance to use one of these, baby. The thing I love about these bunkers, they're all in play. They're just not eye candy.
You know, they are. And one of the great things about the bunkers, too, is that they're fun to hit out of. You know, it's not, simply because there's the high grass on the edges. So I'm sure all the players would agree that you'd rather be in the sand, not on that tall grass.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Nobody wants to play out of the fescue. You get a cookie for pointing out the obvious.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry, too.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 incredible golf courses here at Treetops. One of them happens to be the #1 golf course of its kind.
It is, yep.
A par 3 course here at Treetops.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, Randy, because I love talking about Treetops. It's the #1 rated par 3 course in America. And the story I have is, years ago, I had a group of 20 come into the golf shop and they said, hey, we have time for 9 holes. What can we play? And I said, you guys got to play Treetops. We're not playing a par 3 course. We're from downstate. We've got a ton of par 3 courses down there. We're not playing. I said, you got to play Treetops. Okay, so they did. So the next day they come in and the winning score was 4 over par with a scramble.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Topography in northern Michigan, if you've never been up here, once you get past Detroit, the city, and Flint, all of a sudden the majesty of nature abounds.
Right.
Pine trees, 300 tall oak trees. The topography gives you elevation changes.
It does.
Like, for example, on signature number 16, that's about a 200-foot draw.
It is, right. And the same on 17 right here, too. And on Treetops, hole number 3, I think it's our signature hole. It's called Devil's Drop. The drop from the tee to the green is, I think, roughly 200 feet there as well. And it's probably a 3 or 4 club difference. So on those rangefinders, you have to use your slope on that hole for sure.
So imagine consistently Royal County Down in Northern Ireland is ranked the #1 golf course in the world. Treetops is ranked the #1 par 3 course in America.
It is.
I mean, it's not a gimmick of a golf course. Go ahead and bet $50 a hole and see if you think it's a gimmicky golf course.
It is. You know, we just had a group come in off Treetops, and they said if you miss the green, chipping on that golf course to try to save par is very difficult, you know, because there's some taller grass, there's some bunkering, there's some hills, there's a bunch of uneven lies, so it's a very challenging golf course. And not to mention, we used to host the par 3 shootout there years ago with the tour professionals of the likes of, Nicholas and Trevino, Mickelson, Couples, just to name a few. But, it's a great course, and they had a fun time playing it, too.
Fun time. Tell them what old Lee Trevini did there.
So 22 years ago, I think now, he made a hole-in-one on hole number 7 and won $1 million.
$1 million, baby.
So right now on hole number 7, we got a plaque at the spot where he did hit it in. So it's fun to have the golfers go there and mention that when they're there, and they can hit from the same spot he did.
But if it's 18 holes you want, you've got 3 other great choices. Let's talk about the other 2 courses before we get into the signature here.
So the other 2 courses here at the north is the Tom Fazio Premier, which is the only Tom Fazio course in Michigan. It's very similar to the signature golf course. There's elevation change and tree-lined fairways. I think the fairways are a little bit more generous there. A bit easier to make putts on that golf course, but it's still very, very nice, very scenic, and golfers love it. Our tradition golf course is a Rick Smith golf course as well. We just got done 2 winters ago cutting down 800 trees around the golf course and in the middle of the golf course. So now the holes are a true link-style golf course look. The fescue's growing up in the middle. Our superintendent likes to keep it firm and fast and a little bit brown a little bit just to give you that Scotland type of a feel, but boy, it's a fun course to play.
I'm in love with the Rick Smith signature course we're on right now in this bunkering. I call it a siren, and a siren was a mermaid that would sing to the pirates and a beautiful song and lull them into peaceful. Then they would crash their boat into the rocks and destroy them, and everybody on the ship would die. You take a look at number 16, that beautiful elevated tee shot,
Right.
gorgeous. Then that green complex is to the left,
Right.
tucked back in there, and it's a very difficult little postage stamp.
It is, you know, and especially on that tee shot there, which the viewers will see that, but the tee shot there, everything wants to roll to the right, which brings the trees into play on the right-hand side. And for those that have never played out there before, that's just one of the little subtle difficulties that are on this golf course that you don't know until you've played it a couple times. So that kind of stuff makes the course a little bit tougher.
You know, Mark, so many times we talk about you golf to commune with nature. You're golfing not for the golf, but to be with your friends and be in nature.
Right.
Gaylord, Michigan is exactly that, communing with nature. We were fighting with turkeys today, and there's deer running all over the place, and just nature abounds here.
You know, one thing about Gaylord that's really cool is that I-75 cuts the town in half. It's a very easy access point from anywhere in the country. We have airline service in Traverse City from Texas, so it's another easy way to get to Gaylord to enjoy some great golf. But you know, the community of Gaylord is the Gaylord Golf Mecca. We've got a number of courses that market together. We market our area together, and we get golfers here. And collectively, it's been working for, I think, nearly 35 years.
And one thing is this, in my opinion, you come to Gaylord, you're coming back again and again. I talked to so many people, made so many new friends here, and they say this is our 17th year coming back to Gaylord.
Right. You know, and that's a good point you bring up. You know, for me, I've been a PGA member for almost 40 years, and the one thing that I love about my job is to see the golfers come back year after year. Because if they come back, you've obviously done something correct, and that's why they're coming back. Just because they like what they have, they like the golf, and they like the way they've been treated, so they're going to come back.
You know what? That's a huge thing too. I mean, we all know that people are a little uptight these days and driving crazy. There's a simpler life going on here in beautiful Alpine Gaylord. People are nice. I don't know why you're all nice.
Yeah, that's
why
the
are you
thing.
so nice, everybody up here?
You know, there's maybe some of that has to do with the lack of traffic. You know, we've only got a handful of traffic lights in town.
Yeah, and they're all synced. They're all synced.
You know, and it's just one of those things. You know, it's a definite tourist town. You know, summertime we're busy, but you know the off season is pretty slow, and I think you know, we're all welcoming to everybody, to anybody that wants to come.
So look, if you don't want to play great golf, if you don't want to be relaxed, if you don't want to be treated nice, don't come to Gaylord. Don't come to Gaylord if you want to enjoy yourself and make friends and play great golf. All right, it's time to take the pro out on the 3 finishing holes on the Rick Smith signature course, and really going to give them a flavor of the elevation of the sand traps behind me, and one of the 5 great golf courses here at Treetops Golf Course in Gaylord, Michigan.
Golfin Around is sponsored by Destination Gettysburg, Squares Golf Shoes, the Gettysburg Golf Trail. Get on to the green. Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships, the golf tournament that gives you the chance to win a trip to Scotland.
Hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man.
Anyway, right? Caught it.
All right, perfect.
All right, John's new Good Boy vodka is here. You swear by this, right?
Yeah.
So what do you like about it?
It's non-carbonated,
Non-carbonated.
gluten-free,
Gluten-free.
4.5% alcohol, no artificial flavor.
And donations go to?
Every pour helps a pup. Our veterans, our pups, and a lot of other pups too. So get out and get you some.
All right.
Down you. And you can down it. See, seltzers, they suck because they're carbonated. You can't do this. This is professionalism right here. I don't know about that, but that's pretty good.
Good Boy vodka by John Daly. Highly endorsed by the tank.
So we're fortunate to be located in beautiful northern Michigan, about 3.5 hours north of Detroit, about 45 minutes south of the Mackinac Bridge, which connects the upper and the lower peninsula of Michigan. Our address is Gaylord, Michigan. And Gaylord's moniker for their promotional pieces is all outdoors, and you can see where I'm standing. We're all about that here in the Gaylord area. We're situated right now at Treetops North, our north property, which has 4 golf courses, clubhouse, pro shop, eating facility, condos you can stay in up at this area, and we're just 3.5 miles north of our main property with all the resort amenities. Yeah, so it's we take for granted because we're up here, you know. When I was quite a bit younger than I am now, I lived in metropolitan areas, and so I'm very familiar with traffic and the congestion and buildings and people and everything else. Treetops is situated on over 2,500 acres, and when you're out on the golf courses, you may play 18 and never see a building, never see a home or anything until you get back to the clubhouse here. And it's a gorgeous location in this county here. For those outdoor lovers, we've got the headwaters to 5 blue ribbon trout streams. So anybody that's a fisher person out there, it just gives you an indication of the pristine and the nature that you're going to enjoy when you're up here. So getting to Treetops is easy. You know, for your viewers in your area, there's direct air service from a variety of locations. A couple of the airports in New York, Philadelphia has flights, DC has flights, and they fly right into Traverse City, which is just over a little over an hour away. And you can make your way over here with those direct flights. Car rentals, of course, available. And then when you get here, it's an all-inclusive opportunity to stay here. And we've got lodging accommodations from traditional hotel rooms to suite-type hotel rooms to chalets, which are been completely redone here, just reopened in July of 22. 12 2- and 3-bedroom units, kitchenette. Each bedroom has its own bath, great for couples, great for groups of guys, gals, you know, families, whatever it may be. Your own private putting green right out in front. A great story. I ran into some guys and I was just talking to one guy. I go, "How's your stay been?" He goes, "Great." He goes, "I've been winning on the golf course." He goes, "But I lost everything on the putting green last night." You know, it's people love them. And then we've also got these wonderful homes called the Jones Cottages. They of course set on our Robert Trent Jones Senior course. There's 4 of them there, with more coming under construction yet this year. They're 4-bedroom units and 3-bedroom units, their own bathroom, full kitchen, deck with a barbecue grill. So all different ways to relax depending on the size and the mixture of what your group wants to accomplish.
Rick Smith designed signature, hole number 3, starts out with one of the best views at our resort, and that's saying something. Even if you're not playing the blacks, you may want to stop on the way past to get yourself a selfie. The landing area is very generous, but the length of this hole will often leave you with a long to mid-iron into a very deep green that often runs from the front to the back, which is something you surely want to consider before hitting that approach. The Robert Trent Jones Sr. design masterpiece, 10th hole, is quite possibly the most intimidating par 5 on our property. Only the stupid long hitters have a shot to get home in 2, and the rest of us may even have trouble getting home in 3. You need to favor the right side on your first 2 shots, and make sure you check the pin location before you hit your approach. Good luck. The Rick Smith designed Treetops, hole number 2, gives you 2 options, and option 2 takes you from the right tee box to the left green. Do not miss this shot to the left, whatever you do. And the best target from the tee box is aiming just to the right of that bunker short left.
You know what, Randy? I'm on hole 16 here at the signature golf course here at Treetops. It's a beautiful hole. The backdrop is great. You can see the view in the background, and I'm going to smoke it down the middle of the fairway right now. You know what, viewers? On this hole, you want to favor the left side, just like I did. Hit it down the left side. It's going to break to the right, and you'll have a short 100-yard shot into the green. Hey viewers, one thing I want you to notice on this hole number 16 here at the signature golf course at Treetops is the bunkering around the green. See how Rick Smith has the bunkers kind of tilted a little bit so you can see the back facing of the bunker, so you know the bunker is there. And one thing that is really cool about the bunkering here on the signature golf course is the fact that I call them, they're furry on the top. The taller grass on the top, they really add some character to these bunkers right here. So obviously you don't want to go in there. But if you are in a bunker, it's going to probably roll down in the middle. You'll have a pretty easy shot back to the green. One thing on the approach side here on number 16 is you have to favor the left side of the green, because you don't know it until you get there, but everything wants to roll to the right, and hopefully I played it far enough to the left to end up close to the hole. You know, one thing, viewers, about this hole number 16, and about the signature for that matter, the greens are very hard to read. We hear it all the time in the golf shop, how do I read the greens on the signature? And we always tell them, you know, you got to play once or twice to get the lay of the land. Once you get that, you'll score better. We are here on hole 17 of the signature here at Treetops, and as you can see, it's downhill with the beautiful trees, background. The framing part of this hole, I think, is the bunkering. Once again, you can see the bunkers down there on the left side and in the front, and there's one that's kind of hidden on the right-hand side, but boy, it's a beautiful shot. If you can get past the scenery, I think you'll do well on this hole. I was really lucky to hit the slope on my tee shot and got fortunate enough to end up right there. It's about 8 to 10 feet from the hole, and we're hopefully going to get make a birdie putt. But you know, one thing that's so awesome about this signature golf course here at Treetops, There's no housing developments around the golf course. You know, there's no houses to look at. There's no distractions except for nature itself. But the one thing I also like about the golf course is the fact that when you finish a green, you can't see the next hole until you get to the tee shot. So that means that the golf course is spread out over a ton of property. There's no distractions, no traffic whatsoever, just for the golfers to come out and have a great time. You know, I got lucky on that putt, I think, right there. The left to right putt is one of the hardest putts for right-handed players, but I played enough break, hit the stick, dropped it in for birdie. We're standing now behind the 18th green of the signature here at Treetops, and you can see all the golf balls around this little monument right here. Rick Smith's dog, Divot, followed him around this property back in the early 90s and probably even before. Helped him on the golf course, was his companion while he was building the golf course. He passed away, and this is a nice tribute to Divot. Legend goes that if golfers drop a golf ball here, the golf gods are going to smile favorably on those golfers, and who knows, eagle, double eagle, maybe even a hole-in-one.
You know, it is so beautiful in Gaylord. I can't say it enough. I mean, if you like trees, nature, birds, mountains, go ahead and stop here. We'll show the folks what we're looking at. Now I'm going to turn the camera around. Take a look at this valley and this vista. That is just, that's what you come to Gaylord for, isn't it?
Can I drive slow up here?
Yeah. Can you drive fast? I don't go. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to give the viewers a chance to see the only water on the signature golf course. It's not really in play, but it does kind of add to the beauty of the golf hole. Well, maybe you can't see it. Well, I got to go down the hill a little bit, but boy, the view out here has got to be a 20-mile view.
Stop here. I'm going to walk up on that tee box. Let's take a look from this tee box up here, folks.
Right now we're standing on the black tee of number 3 at the signature golf course here at Treetops, and as you can see, the fairway is huge. I'm thinking, I think even Randy could hit this fairway out there.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Nope, not gonna happen. You see those trees to the right, viewers? That's where my ball's going.
Yeah. But again, just one of the examples of all of the fairway bunkers, well, the bunkers in general on the signature golf course. I think there's 5 or 6, as you can see right there, not to mention probably 2 or 3 more around the green. But you know, just another example of the great views, the elevation changes here at Treetops, the wide fairways, very generous to the golfer. You can spray it a little bit, but not too much. But again, even golfers like Randy, come here, have a great time. We're standing on number 18 tee here at the signature golf course at Treetops, and the tee shot is pretty straightforward. It's the second shot you have to be worried about. It's an uphill shot to the green. The green's got a huge roll in it, and it's fairly well guarded by a slope on the right-hand side and bunkering in the front and in the back. So once we get out to the fairway, we'll be able to take a better look at our approach shot to the green. That tee shot, I favor the left side to give me the best view of the green, because if you get too far to the right, you'll have an uneven lie for your approach shot to the green. So favoring the left side like I did there is going to give you the best chance to get it close to the pin. You know, this is a perfect example of what Treetops is all about. When you look at this green right here and the view that you're getting, you can see how it's framed in so perfectly with the hills behind the green, and then the 30 to 40, 50-foot trees behind all of that. And if you can imagine what this place would look like in the fall when all the leaves start to turn. You know, granted, I guess there's a few leaves that are on the ground you have to contend with, but boy, the color is certainly going to offset any inconvenience that you'll have with a few leaves on the ground. But I would highly recommend Treetops as a great fall season getaway. If you're interested in coming to Treetops, you can call our 800 number or check our website as well. It's www.treetops.com, and you can get any information that you need on there. The reservationist girls would love to help you with that, and they're on staff right now to take any phone calls or check your emails anytime. There's a great example of hitting uphill, and when I shot the yardage with my rangefinder it was 122, but it's playing 136, so you got to take an extra club hitting uphill. So don't be fooled by the beauty of the golf course and by this hole in general. Trust your rangefinder and hit it to the green. Here's our shot right here from the fairway that we hit back there about 140 yards out. A little bit long, not a bad shot, but I think the difficulty on this putt's going to be it's going to break a ton to the right because there's a slope right there on the left-hand side that's going to influence the way the ball's going to break. So I'm going to play it maybe 3, 4, 5 feet to the left and see if we can get lucky and get it close. Well, looks like I just lied to everybody because I thought it was going to break more. So as everybody knows, golf pros don't play a whole lot. I did my best. Now I got a 5-footer to try to save par. So again, this golf hole is probably one of the most scenic golf holes on the entire golf course. Number 18 here on the signature course at Treetops. I'm hoping to see you sometime soon. So travel and get here as soon as you can.
Hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it, I hit it, I hit it hard.
People trying to tell me how to live my life. These lawyers and strings spending money like my ex-wives. Sure, I gamble and I drink and smoke 3 packs a day. Hell, ain't country music supposed to be this way? It's from the heart, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far.